Hey guys, welcome to Nerds, and More Nerds. We are your hosts,
Cole,
Travis,
and Miguel. Today, we plan on going over Valerian, God of War, Dark Souls, Sega, and more nerd things. Alright, roll the intro music. So, Valerian. What are you guys' thoughts?
All right, on a scale of stars, all right, 5 being the most obviously, 1 being the least, or none.
Yeah.
I mean, you could give it none stars.
I would give it a gazelle.
Wow. Okay, that's like 6.5.
Whoa.
You really like the movie.
Yeah, well, it's alright.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
How many gazelles do you give?
I at least How many is the top number of gazelles? What are we looking at?
When we talk about gazelles now, we're talking about like just one rung shy of unicorns. So be careful.
Oh.
That's why I thought, wow, gazelle, you really like it, Miguel. Those rhyme even. So it's got nothing to do with anything. So what do you?
I would give it I'd give it at least 3 gazelles.
Yeah, I would
3 gazelles, and then I give it my
3.5 gazelles.
Yeah, but then I'd also give it my own personal screech.
Okay.
That was
Yeah. That was the thing.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that was an awesome movie. I don't think that it got the love it deserved.
Why now? Now
Yeah.
I want to know why.
Yeah, everyone really did not like this movie. Like,
Was
as
it
far as the
because-
critics,
Was it because it was French?
I don't know.
I mean, not in French, but it was
No.
produced by a lot of French people. Did you see the credits at the end?
Yeah.
I was trying
Yeah,
to count all the French names and I lost count.
yeah.
I mean, most of them had to do with animation, too. Like, that animation was off the chain.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's what I'm saying.
It has all of the.
What did critics not like about that movie?
I don't even know, man.
I don't know. It was a comic book before.
Yeah.
They
Now-
probably hated that too.
Now, that's something, because I'm glad you said that, because this is what I felt about the third Matrix film. And people didn't like that movie either. And I understand why. Sort of. But what I liked about it the most was that the first time I ever watched that movie, it like each scene looked like a panel from a comic book. Mm-hmm. Like you turn the page and it was like, boom, this scene, this. But it played out that way. And for me, that was more entertaining than even just like the story and what's happening and, watching all the stuff. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, the Matrix, cool. But look the way it looks. Like it
Right.
was what's visually appealing. And
Yes.
I think that's what was really present for me in the Valerian film. Like, same kind of thing. It was just like, now they're in this situation, and it's like this, and
Right.
how the heck are they going to get out of this?
I did like that. It was almost like, oh no, they're at it again.
Yeah, right. They've stepped in it this time. I mean, like, there's that whole transition from when she goes and finds him after she puts the jellyfish on her head, and she has to go and get the jellyfish first. So
Right.
that's a big thing, which was cool. But then, like, so she does that. She knows where he is. She goes to get him, and then the second she saves him, he's got to save her again because she gets caught by those
Yes. That's
people.
I will say, though, in that jellyfish scene,
Yeah.
you know what's playing in the background?
No.
Jammin' by Bob Marley.
Come on.
Oh yes, you're
We're
right.
jamming.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was. So good.
No way.
Straight up, it was. Yeah,
Now I
yeah.
gotta watch it again.
It
I didn't
was.
even notice.
I also did notice that. I forgot
Nice.
about that
Nice.
that little detail though.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Maybe I didn't. Okay. Well, anyway. Wow. No way.
Yeah. But it was like it did have some really zany parts. That part where Valerian was going after Laureline to save her
that's her name, yeah.
for to save her from the aliens. There was one part, when she ended up going like in that battle sequence, she ended up like going cross-eyed. and it was just so cartoony.
He cuts off the king's head,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
and then the crown falls on her head, and she does like a cartoon, like, yeah. That
that's
was a
not good,
little
yeah.
like real life cartoon.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I
that's so-
actually appreciated that part. I thought it was pretty good.
Well, I mean, it wasn't bad. It definitely
Yeah.
added to the scene. I think. Like,
Yeah, it's something that you
silly
wouldn't
as it could have
forget.
been. Yeah.
Right. What else? A lot of, we mentioned this a second ago.
Yeah.
Off mic, but there were a lot of kind of guest star people in this movie. Herbie Hancock, John Goodman, and Rihanna
Ooh.
Yeah.
were all in it. They all played pretty big roles. It was interesting that out of those three, John Goodman played the
Like
least important
himself.
role. Oh no, you didn't.
If
Oh,
anyone,
no, you didn't.
if anyone has seen the movie,
Roseanne is new every week now. Watch it on. I usually watch it on Hulu. John Goodman's on there. Roseanne
Yeah.
but don't.
Barr. No, it's good. It's good. Don't want to drift too away.
Saying that,
Don't want
but
to
Yeah.
drift too far away from
we won't.
Nerdland.
But,
Roseanne nerd.
Yeah, but yeah. I even like the fact that the main character, and I can't think of his name,
Valerian.
but the actor. I mean,
Oh,
he was in the film Chronicle,
that's
which
right.
I thought was an amazing movie.
Oh yeah.
And then-
I have to
Amazing.
agree on
The-
that,
And
yeah.
he
other
played the villain. So
He
this
did,
was like
yeah.
a big switch. I thought
Yeah.
it was cool.
And then, well,
Definitely.
if you look at Laureline as well, she was a villain in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Enchantress. Oh. Yeah. So
I
we got-
haven't seen that film.
Yeah.
Shame on me.
Oh, that's okay. You know, there are a lot of, movies and media out there that's
Swirling.
that's so hard to watch everything and consume everything.
That's right.
Totally.
You know.
Totally. Did you guys see Lawless?
Nope.
Lawless.
All right, now we're getting off topic, but
Yeah.
that kid's in Lawless too,
Yeah.
with Shia LaBeouf and
Yeah.
and
Shia
Tom Hardy. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
And
they
who
play
else?
they play the Moonshining brothers that go head to head with the law.
Oh, okay.
yeah. Okay.
Great movie. Well, anyway,
Nice.
Yeah.
Back to the opening scene.
yeah,
When they're introducing the cities.
yeah.
One, I love that song that they're playing in the background, the David Bowie.
Oh, yeah. Ground control.
To Maze at
Yeah.
Tom.
We keep singing all these songs that are going to get banned from YouTube.
No, as long as it's not 10 seconds.
It's us
long.
singing, so it
Yeah,
can't be.
whatever.
Our voices aren't copywritten.
But them shaking hands with all the different aliens and
Yeah.
it going over however many years while
'Cause-
the city is just building and building and building.
When
Right.
did it start? In 2025 or something like that?
Yeah.
And
Right.
it got up to year 21 something else.
Yeah.
It was hundreds of years by the time it was,
Yeah.
hundreds of years. I like that a lot too, man. I remember, I think when you saw the movie, you said, dude, you got to see it. And then you
Yeah.
describing that to me, it was wow. And then watching it was oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's way cooler than you
Yeah.
described.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And then after that, and then also after the intro on Planet Mule, when it first cuts to them and to the main characters, and they're in this it's like a hologram beach scene,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I thought that looked awesome. And that kind of leads into one of the other topics I wanted to talk about, which is just the little details that they added to this world to really liven things up.
Yeah. What
But
are
yeah.
those?
Yeah, so the hologram at the beach was a big one. And then two of the other ones that I really liked came in one scene, when the people from Mule, they came and shot that goo on everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just their blasters, they have
Yeah,
these
weird,
light beams on the ends of them
Yeah.
and stuff. I thought that was really cool. And I also really liked how Valerian got out of his with his like little mouth spider, like mechanical spider that came out.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
Definitely.
So now that's really curious because this civilization, these Mulians or whatever you would call them,
Right.
They went in there and handled business pretty soundly.
Yeah.
But
I'd say.
they shot everyone in there,
Right.
and the evil commander, he didn't die.
Yeah.
Valerian didn't die. I mean, like he helped to preserve himself, but so they didn't really kill anybody. That stuff just kind of like stopped them. Threat. Thwarted. Like it was just like settle down, don't do that.
And had they known that Lorelai was holding on to the
Thing.
little monster dude,
Converter. Yeah.
Yeah, the converter, yeah.
they would have just taken it, and that would have been that. Boom, done.
Well, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they didn't do any research. They just went guns blazing, just taking some dude.
And that leads into another topic that is bigger than most nerd topics, but it's just like real life parallels to what happened in that movie. Like, I wonder how many times something like that happens where some, high ranking officer of some sort is just like
Knows what's going on.
Yeah, and then-
still,
then hides
Yeah.
crazy war crimes or whatever it might be.
Right.
Right.
So I think that aspect of it is pretty relatable.
See, that's
in
what
the
I mean.
movie.
How could people not like that? I mean, it wasn't some fanciful, like, out there concept. Like, like you said, that probably happens on, like, a monthly basis in real life where
Yeah.
secret wars we don't even know about. Whole towns are being, wiped out and whatever.
Right.
And it's just meant to be, but don't say anything,
Man, that's
Yeah,
ridiculous. Yeah.
And those people on Mule were like probably the most docile people of ever.
Absolutely.
I mean, besides those cool goo guns, like, but that didn't kill anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like maybe it was just like it's still weird to me how
Even their men had like very feminine voices. Like they weren't
am-
even. They were like
Emperor Zozo.
yeah, just so peaceful.
This is my wife, Veronica. Hello. Yeah.
Same like voice.
and the award goes to
Right.
Cole
Emperor
Stevens.
Zozo.
That was so goofy. I thought, like,
Yeah.
but it was like, like you said, it indicated that these people weren't, they weren't like some like scourge or there was like a high intelligent life but they were also living in a bliss that no one's ever lived in, almost kind of thing. Like that was cool.
Yeah.
And I feel like the only reason that whole thing was covered up was because that commander had to have known what those pearls, like the power those pearls had. And I guess when you destroy like a whole planet, basically, you have to pretend like you didn't know anything about it.
What
Especially
pearls? Hashtag what pearls?
the pearls that those converters.
I know what pearls, but I mean like
Okay.
he's saying hashtag what pearls. He's posting that on social media.
They the pearls, they stored like an energy. Oh yeah, that was unparalleled to any other source.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is like they were just digging them out of the ocean.
Yeah.
They just waded out into like knee deep water and scooped them up out of the ocean on that planet. It's like
Right.
what? And then they used the converters to make more of them. So it seemed like what again? So it was I don't know. It was just really interesting. Like I don't know. I thought that whole thing was cool.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't even know why. Just really like it.
I just really like it. I like pearl fishing.
We have access to the most powerful unit of energy in the universe. Let's make more of it. Let's give it to this little guy. Poops.
I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like
Wild, man.
watching that thing. I basically just thought like, this is like what happens when I eat one item at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Right.
Basically. Basically.
My eyes bulge out and I wiggle around a little bit,
What's happening to me?
and then currency comes out.
Man. Sweet, sweet currency. If only.
That first mission they had,
Yes.
where they get to that desert planet,
Big market.
big market,
Big market.
right?
Yes.
That dude who the dad or whatever, he had a helmet, and it had the numbers 311 on it. No, 312. 312. But it was so close to 311.
Wow. There's a Easter egg.
We have our own, to the listeners out there, we have this own like number, what would you call it? Like
Fascination, fixation.
fixation maybe?
I don't know.
We always see these numbers and it's either 311 or 1127, and it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like we see these everywhere, like
Wherever you see numbers, I mean,
Right.
like the price of gas, the
license plates,
license plate.
like,
Yeah.
addresses,
I mean,
things in movies,
Yeah.
like everything.
whenever, wherever. Reports, part numbers at work.
Yeah,
where I work
all
at,
over
I
the
mean,
place.
Like, all over the place. We're getting off subject,
We
but
keep doing it again.
you know, it's crazy. Back to it.
But big market.
Big market.
That's the future, you guys.
Yeah.
When I first saw that, I was like, "Holy crap! That's what's gonna happen." The only part I didn't understand was like, so the desert floor was just like a completely flat plain.
Yeah,
How in the hell was there like
buildings.
buildings, but then like they went down?
Yeah,
You know, it was like, oh, we're walking on Big Market, but then you could go like hundreds of stories down and still be in Big
Right.
Market.
Or he like got onto an elevator which magically brought him back up to the desert plains. Like
My point exactly.
how did that happen? Like he got knocked all the way down into the sewers, and now he found an elevator somewhere. Like what?
You see, maybe that's what the critics didn't like. Maybe they're just
I don't
nitpicking
know.
on
But
Big
if you think about it, like we watched Ready Player One last week,
Yes.
Right.
and those guys just stayed in one spot.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I mean?
Like
Yeah.
I mean, he had the treadmill in the beginning, but then eventually, like, they're just on the van or on the truck, and they're just like, there's no like treadmill for them.
No,
to be
but
running
if you
on.
did notice, he was connected to like
strap-ons or whatever,
cords
like, yeah,
that kind of gave him the illusion of being weightless.
I guess, but like, is
You know,
that
if you do like this, you could kind of
do like
Yeah.
what? What were you doing?
oh, sorry, like a running in place,
Yeah,
suspended. You could produce the effect of actually running and making
yeah,
movement.
maybe.
That's what it seemed like. I mean, they were all
Right.
strapped to that. You know,
That's true.
H was and,
Yeah.
and Show. Mm-hmm. And what's her name? Well, no, she wasn't in the van.
No, she wasn't in there.
But either way, yeah. But
Maybe
you know what? It
that's
was
okay.
weird because like when he had that conference, when what was his name? The villain.
Oh, NS. I don't remember his name. Neil something. Doesn't matter.
Okay, but when he
villain.
projected him into reality, into his office, he was
Yeah.
like sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
Right.
And he didn't run at all, or
Yeah.
maybe he was just controlling it with those hand things. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know what it is. But anyway, getting way off
Okay,
subject.
sorry.
For more on Ready Player One, go back and listen to our first podcast.
Exactly. Do that.
Or go watch it for yourself, people. Come on. Also, you'll like it.
But yeah,
What were you gonna say?
the two dimensions. It was like really cool in a sense, but it also didn't make sense at all. Like,
Most cool things don't make sense.
Yeah, some
true, I
of
guess.
some of it was a bit odd.
Like as far
Right.
as fictitious things.
Yeah.
But you know what? That was another one of my favorite scenes in Valerian was when he had only so much time to get to the spot wherever the heck he was supposed to get to, and she said just run in a direction.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, and then it's like 18. Oh wait, 81.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. He just like fell.
To get to the commander.
Right.
But he just takes off running, and he inadvertently rather barges through all those like sort of like districts of the city of 1,000 planets.
Right.
You know, like oh man, that was so cool to me.
Like a jellyfish like filled
those people.
world.
Yeah.
And he gets into like swimming. Like,
he was in the
like,
water. Yeah, it was like
crazy.
Whoa, like how?
Right.
You know, like
how does this even exist on this thing? Like on this whole city.
That's it.
City of 1,000 planets.
Jinx.
So you can't talk anymore. On a podcast, haha. But I thought that was great because it was like, this defies any kind of logic.
Yeah.
You don't need to understand this. This is the city of 1,000 planets.
How did John Goodman get out here?
Get over it. Yeah, exactly.
Why is Rihanna dancing?
Valerian.
Why
I
is
don't
Rihanna
know.
dancing?
Yeah.
Why did
her
some
costumes keep
Animorph
changing?
or you know?
Does Herbie Hancock still play music in space? We don't know.
That's a good question. That's actually a really good question.
That is a good question.
Why did a changeling choose Rihanna as
yeah.
like? I mean, sure, she's pretty and whatnot, but like,
like,
why her? Like,
And
maybe,
did Rihanna
obviously,
like, did she have a
movies.
career prior? Do we know about her career?
Right.
Would this
No.
be like the equivalent to maybe, someone changing into like a star of the past? Like if if this were present day?
Huh.
Like, I really
Interesting.
like whoever, Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
I'm going to change it to Marilyn Monroe.
Well,
Like,
because-
is that actually Rihanna, or is this just like, I'm just a random person?
Well, that's a good point, because when she had to pretend to be those weird things that took Loreline, it was awkward and strange, and she said, I gotta get used to this. Weird, whatever. And, sort of a spatial awkward, kind of getting to know phase of that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
The future and things. I also want to know if Rihanna did any of that dancing herself. Like, some of it certainly was her, but some of it was like, she can't do that.
I don't know.
You know?
Things to look into. I'm not
Yeah, I
sure.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Quite impressive.
Before, like, I know we're like kind of going all over the place with this movie and like going in different spots throughout it. But back before that part, when Loreline is going after, like, looking after Valerian, and she's in that like submarine with that old dude with the two eyes.
Yeah.
Right?
Bob. I believe his name is Bob.
Is his name Bob?
I think
That's
so.
funny. That's funny. Like, it starts beeping in the submarine, and he goes, "The thing down." The thing down.
The
And
thing down.
She has no idea what he's talking about, and he's like, "Oh, women." Like, that was the funniest thing to me. It's just, oh man, she had no idea what he was talking about. Just thing down.
You're right. That was interesting. He didn't even know what it was called.
Right.
It was his vessel. Like, what a turd.
Speaking of thing, this is a good.
Yes.
Okay, this is
Good spot to put this. So there's one little part in this movie that like just really pulled me out of the moment. You know how you're like just in a movie and you're absorbed in the world,
And then somebody farts.
yeah, it's just like something just gets in the way of it. They put it right at the end. It was right at the very end, when the two of them are in that that little space. I don't even know what you'd call that. Just like
Module.
like that little module that's just kind of floating, and they send out the beacon. Yeah. And then right before they get to like making out and whatnot,
Space sex.
She says she says the word anything, but she does not say the word anything like that. She says anything, and I'm like, you're let your British show.
Yeah,
there.
dude, I noticed that also. And you know what? The girl in Ready Player One did it too.
Yeah.
Did she?
They were in the van, right?
Right.
And this was right after that dude used the cataclysm bomb or the cataclystis,
Holy.
the bomb
Oh, the bomb. Okay.
that kills everybody.
right.
Right? His character. He sets this thing off. Everyone's gone, and still everyone's looking in their headsets and whatever on the street. And they're like, "What the hell are they watching?" You know, everybody's been wiped out. And she says, "They're watching him solve the rest of the puzzle or whatever." And she's like, "It's being broadcast." She said it just like that.
It's being broadcast.
It's still being broadcast. I was like, wait a minute. Wait.
You're not British.
How come you didn't sound
in
like that throughout
Columbus, Ohio?
Yeah, you know?
Come on.
That's what I mean. Yeah, and I caught that too with Loreline.
Yeah. Oh man.
I feel like she should have been British the whole movie in Valerian. You know? Like, she could have had that. She could have stayed.
Yeah, I don't see why she didn't.
Right.
That's kind of goofy too.
I mean, technically it's in all, like, you know, like Lord of the Rings or, you know, whatever other alien-esque films. They're all have some sort of, like, British in them. Like, because they're from another world or whatever.
Right.
Like, you know.
Well, you know, British they're kind of weird. let's tell it like it is.
I mean, sort of. But, like...
Sorry, British people.
Sorry, British people. But, you know, like that, you know, they always do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they could have done it.
Yeah, it seemed like a goofy detail to kind of cover with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? No, I'll leave that out, actually.
Oh, okay.
That's a different kind of critique. Yeah, I don't want to upset anybody.
I do want to touch on one more thing at least. I don't know how we didn't touch on this, is the relationship between the two main characters.
Yeah.
Like, there was so much like sexual tension between them the entire movie.
Okay, so now...
Please give him a kiss.
All right.
Please.
All right, so now I think I will mention what I wanted to mention. Because I think... And if I'm not mistaken, and maybe it's got absolutely nothing to do with it anyway, but I think that I heard or read or saw somewhere that the actress is a lesbian.
Oh.
And I don't know if that somehow was like projected into that role sort of unconsciously.
Maybe.
Or subconsciously. I say unconsciously all that. Subconsciously. You know, not that it has anything to do with anything.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the comic to like see what their relationship was like.
Right.
In that, so that might be something to.
But there were
check out. But yeah,
there were so many moments where it was like, how come it wasn't even just like a small thing there? Like it was always like, nope, we can't kiss right now. Nope, we can't kiss right now. No, not right now either. And it was kind of like, what's going on here? But then I think, like I said, when I heard that, it almost made me think, huh.
Like like her character, like not even like her character, but like her face, like her mannerisms, just doesn't, like she genuinely doesn't seem interested in him at all.
Yeah.
But do you
even when she is interested, like in the movie, it just didn't look like it.
Would you be interested in this? Hey, Laureline, dude. Whoa. You marry me?
Yeah. You need me, but really, I need you more.
Just cool thing that I did.
Yeah.
I'm the star of the movie.
The best in the universe.
Damn on me, dude. Like that was another moment though. Like when he first came on the screen and he started talking, and I was like, "Oh man, I don't know if I can do this." I live fucking this.
Yeah.
You know, but then I got used to him, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Well, you sort of had to if you wanted to watch that movie. Now, I will say, yes, I will completely agree with you. That is one of my critiques. The protagonist, they probably could have spent a little more time, maybe even a little more money in casting him slightly different, because...
Again, I don't know how the comic is. That might be, he might have that macho He seems like he has that macho mentality.
But I think the
might
actor
match.
himself's portrayal was maybe just
What are you saying, man?
yeah, right.
What are you saying, man?
About me. Yeah, I don't know. It almost didn't seem believable for a bit. Like you said,
Right.
you had to just keep watching it to let it all kind of okay. Well, this is who they are, you know.
Yeah.
But I felt like maybe they probably could have picked someone else.
Yeah.
I would have done the same for you.
That was spot on.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Just like
Like they should just start picking Michael B. Jordan for every movie now. Like,
right.
I liked him a lot.
Yeah.
Man. In Black Panther.
Black Panther was
Whoa.
dope.
But I liked him in Chronicle also. He was in that movie
Yeah,
too.
man. Yeah.
I mean, it's a shame he died.
Right.
It's a real shame. Let me bring it all down real quick. But I know Michael B. Jordan, man, awesome
Real
job
good. Yeah.
at not in Valerian,
Right.
but just in general.
In general, good actor.
I was also in Chronicle.
No way.
Way, dude.
You were the guy in the ambulance.
Yeah.
Do you hear that, people?
We have a star in our podcast.
I'll be signing autographs after the podcast.
But you
Yes.
have to subscribe to get an autograph.
Right.
Oh.
I would have done the same for you.
Oh, that's good. That's great.
Yeah.
So, well, anyway,
Yeah.
what do you think? What's next on the agenda?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we can move on to
We
the next
thrashed
segment.
Valerian
Yeah.
pieces, I think.
Yeah, so
movie.
I'll kind of do some rapid fire
Okay.
video game news.
Let's have
Nice.
it.
So
Yeah, that was our movie piece.
yeah. So yeah, moving on to that, a lot of Sega news. The game Shenmue 1 and 2 is coming to PS4, Xbox, and PC this year. We found out.
Wow.
Sega Ages, a new series on Switch, is coming this summer, and
On Switch?
On-
Sega?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Has that been happening for a while now?
It has recently. There's been Sonic Mania was on Switch. It's like a new Sonic game, new 2D Sonic game. But
Don't they have like a bunch of Sonic games for like PlayStation? Didn't they sign like some Sony deal?
there are some on there too. Yeah, Sonic Mania is on all of the systems.
Wow.
Sega's just everywhere these days.
Wow.
They're not beholden to any one developer or party, you know.
Yeah, they're just kind of their own thing. They're
Except
not
for
in the-
Xbox.
They're not in the console wars.
Sonic wasn't enough
Yeah.
to keep it afloat.
Yeah.
Like Nintendo had Mario. And
What else did Sega have after that, though? You know, like
Well,
Madden.
let's tell you. Let's tell you right here.
please.
So Sega
Oh, yeah.
Ages. So like recently they've come out with, like there are other games. There are more recent games and whatnot. But as far as the old Sega games, that are going to be on the Switch that have been announced so far, there's Sonic 1, Phantasy Star, Thunder Force 4, Game Ground, and Alex Kidd in Miracle World. So these are all like really, really old games that are going to be coming to the Switch this summer.
Phantasy Star. That's the
RPG.
That is an RPG, right?
One of the very old ones.
I played that on GameCube. Is that on
Oh, Phantasy Star Online.
okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the regular Phantasy Star is like just a 2D adventure where
Oh, wow.
your little person walks here and there, to and fro,
mostly
doing,
left and right.
yeah, writing, doing some RPG type things, you know.
Okay.
And, gaining some levels and collecting some supplies. Stumble across some Easter eggs. Oh man. Yeah, so that's coming this
Okay.
summer.
Sega News is really what it was about.
Yeah,
That's right.
and then also, so the Sega Mega Drive, which is the Sega Genesis as we know it, is getting a mini console that's coming out but there's been some gripes about it because there's a company called At Games that's helping with this, and they do not do very good work. They've actually basically made their own clone consoles before, like actual Sega Genesis consoles.
Licensing and everything like that.
Yeah, and then they throw games on there, and then you go to play them, and it's like the music is like pitched up, and it's like
because they
really
can't
weird.
take
the
actual.
Oh my gosh, and it's so weird, especially I think it was either Sonic 3 or Sonic and Knuckles. I think it was Sonic and Knuckles, and it just completely took me out of the experience. It was just so out there. It didn't sound very good. So yeah, that's what's happening on Sega's front. Dark Souls Remastered is out on May 25th. But some more disappointing news. The Switch version that was also supposed to come out that day was delayed until summer, which could be any time this summer.
June,
Throw a dart in the summer
August.
months. And
they did only say, what, summer?
Just summer.
Just summer? Did they even say 2018 summer? Because, I mean, they could just be like, you know
I'll
what?
have to go back and check.
Summer 2019.
Please be specific.
2024.
Hey, thanks.
Come on, dude. Till the summer of 5 years from now.
Right. Ooh. And then also, then there's like a couple other things here.
Did you ever play Dark Souls?
I haven't delved into that yet. I always hear that it's super difficult,
Dude.
and that it's a lot of fun.
You want to play a super difficult game? Play Dark Souls. Yeah.
I guess I can just wait until the summer.
And get the remastered version.
Yeah.
I showed Cole Dark Souls. I think I had you play it once. And you were like, why would I even play this game?
But you know what? Miguel? What was funny about that was I felt like I had just gotten over my game rage. Where like, you get so mad you almost can't control yourself, and you just and you scream and you do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had just gotten over that, and then Miguel's like, "Dude, have you played Dark Souls?" I'm like, "No, let's check it out." What the f*** is this? Like, I can't play this game. Freaked out again. It is, man. It was stupid hard. Cool. I like the concept of it, honestly.
Yeah.
Right.
Really dark, really seedy, dungeony,
Extra dark, extra souls.
Dark Souls. Yeah, it was cool, like dungeon to dungeon, and like I would have liked to have seen more of it, but
But you couldn't because you couldn't beat it.
maybe I just sucked at the game.
Get good, bro. Get good.
Yeah. I'll blame myself.
Yeah. You should. No, just joking, dude.
Well,
Well,
that's all right.
On that note, new Castlevania game is coming out. But the bad news is it's only on iOS. It's only on iPhone.
What?
That's another screwy
It is
move.
not on
Why
any
would
of
they
the
do that?
current gaming consoles.
Of all the gaming consoles that series has appeared on, because it
Right.
started off as a Nintendo original, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Throw it on the Switch.
Yeah.
It'd be sweet. It's only
Come on.
It's just a 2D.
Take advantage of like the engine and just the everything that the Switch is,
Yeah. I
For
think it
shame.
might have to do with like microtransactions, possibly.
Oh, see,
The mobile market. That's what it's.
microtransactions killed the video game star.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
I'd have to agree.
okay, because that's so dumb, but it's everywhere now.
Yeah.
And like, there was like I think you had said something to me about that. Like, that was the direction that console developers wanted to move in, or like, it was going to be more embraced
Yeah.
to like
and then
release games in that fashion. And that's a big mistake.
Yeah.
Give us the disc.
I think that they're starting to realize how how bad that is. Like, at least some groups are. I know that last Star Wars game.
That's the one that made it just everybody was like, "What did you do to Star Wars?" I mean,
Which is a shame because it looked awesome. Like, it looked really cool. All the graphics and everything did.
but now I've got to buy every piece of equipment. I've got to buy every character,
Yeah.
every map or board or whatever.
Yeah.
Stupid. The bad idea. Don't do that.
Indeed. Yeah, if you're listening.
If you're listening and you develop games, don't be stupid.
Yeah, don't even do that. Just
Give the people what they want.
just give us a regular game.
I like the DLC thing. You know, make a game.
Sometimes.
Do it. Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little overdone with some games.
And if it comes
Some
out
of them
the
don't
day
even-
that the game comes out, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
That's just like they held back and then they were like, "Oh,
For
we'll
$30
charge-
more, you can
Yeah.
have the maps we didn't put on the disc. Sucker. Yeah. That's,
Exactly.
That's ridiculous. And you're ending up paying like $120 for
One game.
one game.
Yeah.
One experience.
You know, and Call of Duty, shame on you. You started that whole thing. I think
done it.
I'm also picking on Call of Duty because it's dumb. But they really did. They made like the same game 5 games in a row, and then they created new stuff that you had to pay for. That was basically stuff that was in every other game that came out that wasn't Call of Duty. You know, it's like how stupid can you get? You know, it's just terrible.
Nah.
Take that, Call of Duty.
I want to play Call of Duty, shoot a man's. I don't want to play Nintendos no more.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
That's basically it.
I don't like that one bit. But we do this whole news thing on video games has had an overall like downer effect. But
Not entirely.
not entirely. Some of
So
the,
bring us
some
back
of the,
up.
Some of the Sega stuff was good at the top there, but so to bring us back into the good stuff, at the time of this podcast that you're listening to it, God of War is already out. For us, it's out in 2 days,
2 days.
and
Oh, man.
we will be playing it, and we will have a review for you guys, and that's going to be in 2 weeks.
That's correct.
Okay, so now that you brought up God of War, can we talk about it a little bit?
Okay. Yes.
I mean, I don't want to get too carried away, but I
Right.
want to say stuff about it.
Yeah, we'll
Elude.
a little bit. Yes. Go on.
Because we're going to have a whole episode on it.
Right, okay,
Yeah,
so good.
coming up.
What are you going to miss the most, Miguel? Because now, folks, Travis is the only one of the three of us who hasn't played maybe at least more than one game.
Right.
We've followed the series pretty closely and beaten all of them.
Yeah.
Most of them, anyway. Some of those we missed.
Yeah.
The chase after the Greek gods, I think is what I'd miss the most. I mean, the fact in 3, like, you can just beat Zeus to all hell.
That's like
And that's the best part. of 3.
that's
Like,
got to be everybody's favorite part.
Yeah, absolutely. But, like,
Yeah.
I'm also excited for the Norse, like the Nordic gods they're gonna have in this. Like, I would assume they're gonna have Thor and I don't know all of them, but like they're gonna
Possibly.
have gods in there that
Yeah.
Kratos is gonna kill.
Yeah.
And he has a full beard this time.
And he has a full beard this
And
time.
a child.
I mean, he had a child
is all-
last time, but like they died.
Yeah, he killed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one has a bow and arrow, though.
Right.
And will help you.
Now, what I'm going to miss are the Blades of Olympus.
Oh yeah.
But he's got an axe.
Cool.
And it comes back to you when you throw it.
But the thing was, he got an axe in God of War. Like,
Wait.
that was one of, like,
Check this out, though.
it
Like,
was
did.
another weapon, or like the big sword.
he
Yeah.
throws his axe at one enemy
Right.
and then makes it come back, and it hits another enemy on the way back. How cool is that?
So maybe instead of like throwing at like this, the little swords or daggers with chains connected to them, he's like throwing an axe that doesn't have chains and just magically comes back to him.
I mean, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'm on board. I really want to see what they do with the game.
Absolutely.
Same, level of excitement that
Yeah.
you share with the new realm, stepping out into a new thing. I also really think that the people that make those games do an extremely good. It's kind of like what Rockstar does for their games.
Yeah.
They uncover every piece of information. They get down to every nitty gritty, like who's related to who, how did what get started, why was so and so mad at so and so, the rifts, the tensions,
Yeah.
the relation, all the things, right?
Right.
They do a really good job of that. They did an amazing job with God of War. Those games are so cool. They're so cool.
Absolutely.
So yeah, there's a lot of excitement there. And also, I hope that they include a lot of the stuff that made those games really cool. All the puzzles. It was like
I mean, I'm sure they will.
it was like Greek mythology Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
You know, minus the hot chick.
You know, we need to touch on
Well, I mean,
something.
they did have some hot
We need to
chicks.
touch on a side subject. You're very passionate about these puzzles,
Yeah, the puzzles are.
but
Yes.
sir, I think that I'm going to make a suggestion to you.
Here we go.
Play like any Zelda game, like just any one of them.
Yeah.
Dude, you'll love it. See, now that is where Miguel and I are. Now the two of us.
Strongest, yeah.
Oh my gosh, every single one, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Every single one. I've played them all.
That's why I think that
That's why this is a
when we
mix here.
so we're gonna do some Let's Plays in the future, but I think that we need to start with some Zeldas for this guy,
Yeah.
and he should play them.
Oh, cool. That would be really cool.
Right?
Yeah.
I've started.
We can watch. We can watch
Yeah,
him
we can watch him and
and not give him any
not
hints
give
on the
him any
puzzles.
hints on any of it.
I got
Like-
through one of them like a decent amount. I was
Yeah.
playing it, and but man, that part that I got to, I don't even remember. Man, that pissed me off.
Just figure it out, man. You'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out. It's just the water temple. It's not that hard. No one ever has any trouble with this ever.
You won't spend more than 6 hours every time you try it. Wow.
Perfect.
Well, I mean,
Yeah. Well, that's
puzzles.
yeah.
All right.
Love
Well,
Did we cover everything?
I think we have. Yeah.
We have. The only other thing I have to say is Avengers Infinity War is coming out.
Can we say a little bit about that now, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
You're getting your money's worth,
Yeah,
folks,
here we go.
on this
We're really-
podcast.
On
really
this free podcast.
Laying it all out. I honestly, truly, and in my soul, after seeing maybe like
In your person.
yes, inside of me,
Inside of your bones.
inside of me.
I want to be. Inside of me.
No, you remember from saving, or from
Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Yeah, yeah.
Saving. What am I talking about?
He goes, inside of you.
Yeah.
What? I don't know.
He was singing that song at the
Yeah,
bar,
yeah,
but
yeah,
Jonah
yeah.
Hill said, "Inside of me."
Yeah.
He was the one that was nasty.
Right.
Well, anyway, besides that. Yeah, I don't think that movie's going to be that great. I actually kind of have low
Expectations.
low expectations of it. Yeah.
Huh.
I feel like
Because-
it'll probably be in the middle.
We haven't seen even like a third of all the characters that actually battle Thanos for that
Right.
thing.
Or that we're in Civil War even.
That or even the ones that have died. You know,
Yeah.
he kills off like a third of the universe when he gets it. He goes, you know
Yeah.
what? Just to prove that no one's gonna, that I'm not someone to screw with. Pow. Yeah, exactly. A blink of an eye, this many people are dead.
Yeah.
Right.
Planet's gone. Everything's changed.
Right.
You know.
I mean, they technically gave away like a whole lot of like things like
In the
everybody's
trailer.
gonna die. Like
Yeah.
I think
So that's how
what's
they
his
account
name?
for everyone.
Like they have like put down like a vision, and he was like prying the Infinity Stone out of his head, and he's just
Yeah.
like, oh. He's
Basically,
like, got
yeah.
it in the gauntlet
Like
now.
everybody dies except like Spider-Man. And
He's just a boy.
Like he's just a kid.
Yeah, of all the people not to die that Thanos doesn't kill, and Spider-Man's going to be one of them.
Spider-Man,
I can't kill him. He's
He's a bug.
he's him.
He's him. I wiped out half of the universe,
He's
but
like-
he shoots webs.
But this teenager, just Spidey senses. I don't even know what that is.
This guy's got spunk.
You know, he's like a cockroach. you
With
know?
my help, he could be the best.
Well,
right?
Maybe you see some
Possibly.
potential.
Possibly.
Maybe.
I just, man, I don't
Yeah,
know. You know?
I mean, there have been so many superhero movies to the point where it's just like, oh, okay, another one. It's not as special as it used to be, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's lost some of that excitement. The
Yeah.
you know, they finally made one. You
I
know?
am
Yeah.
excited for Thanos.
yeah.
I'm also
I'm
not though
excited.
because I don't really like who they cast. I mean, like no, okay. I like Josh Brolin. I really like Josh Brolin. He's awesome.
Right.
In just about every other thing he's been in. Love the guy.
I wonder if he's listening right now.
Josh Brolin, I love you. But I don't think he would have made a good Thanos. I think maybe they could have picked somebody else. I would have picked Hugo Weaving, honestly.
Oh, yeah, he was
Ooh.
Megatron.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's got that
Right.
sinister, like, you're dead.
He's
like
Agent Smith.
Agent Smith. Yeah, I mean, like, Captain America. He could say anyone's name and it'd be like,
But wait, you know what? Now that you mention that, he actually played Red Skull.
oh,
That's why.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. He did, didn't he?
See,
Yeah.
many moons ago when they were
played
still.
that card too soon.
Yeah,
A little bit.
just a little bit.
That's
I
okay.
forgot all about that.
Yeah, I did too
Maybe
until just a second.
He might be brought back
He might be brought back. Who knows? Who knows the power of
as soon as we
the
figure out where the
Infinite
heck
Gauntlet.
the Soul Gem is, the Soul Stone. As soon as we figure out where the hell that thing is,
Where is it?
nobody knows.
So
Could
while
be
you
in,
have it,
Yeah, you know, it's in my back pocket.
It's in my back pocket.
it's in my car. I'll go get it.
I've been using it to find dates. Oh, all right.
Oh, all
That
right.
explains all the beautiful women you've
Yeah.
been in contact with.
This podcast was brought to you by Match.com.
But psych, actually, don't
Yeah.
come after us.
No, it did not. So that was like a free advertisement.
Yeah,
That-
and just a really funny joke.
yeah. Here we go.
But is he like in search of all the stones in this film?
Yeah,
Does he?
so that he can be awesome.
I mean, like I get that, but like he doesn't actually have a complete gauntlet in the movie.
He does not. He is completing it,
Yeah.
from my understanding.
And
Yeah.
I think he actually completes it,
By the
but either by the end or
end of the second film,
yeah
it's going to be a part 3
thing.
film, isn't it?
I don't think so. I think it's just 2.
2 parts. But they said another interesting thing they said was that they weren't going to show the the title of the new Avengers movie after this one yet, because they want you to see this first one before because I guess there are spoilers in that. I'm willing to bet that the title of it is going to be The Death of Captain America, because that was very big in the comics.
Oh, see.
Yeah.
And it seems like,
Yeah, you can't announce
They-
that before anyone's seen.
yeah,
The first bit, yeah.
and they look like they are going
That
pretty
route.
hard, like one-on-one.
Yeah.
Like he went right up to Thanos and he was just like pushing his hand back, and Captain America's just like standing there with his long hair and a big old beard, and he's like, "Ah!"
The struggle.
Yeah.
Silver Surfer. Is
Silver
he going to
Surfer.
be in the film?
Well, I don't think he's going to be in the film, but
a shame.
they did get some rights back. That's a whole other thing.
See, that's what I mean.
Yeah, they can't.
All the X-Men are supposed to be in that battle.
Yeah,
Like all of them.
yeah.
Right.
They're trying to settle some stuff. They got Spider-Man.
They even have Venom actually.
Yeah, and now they're
And
working.
like the new trailers for Venom, it's like Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel's like
And that movie looks like
Showcasing
it's going to be pretty promising too.
yeah.
You think so?
I do.
I think so, yeah.
I hope it is.
Did you see
Yeah.
the trailer?
I did, and I hope that it is. I don't want to say anything negative about it,
Right.
because I haven't seen enough of it.
Yeah, well, certainly.
There
but
was.
Tom Hardy, man. I mean, come on.
I know. I just want to see Venom first, and then I'll make a
Yeah.
decision. Like, I want to
Venom
actually
is a
see.
big thing. Yeah.
Like, I've seen Tom Hardy before. Like,
Yeah.
he's a dude. He's cool. He's a really good actor. But
Fierce.
I want to see. Just give me a little clip of Venom.
Yeah.
Come on, dudes.
What the suit would look like.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just some Just some,
The symbiotic
stuff.
that like
Yeah.
because he's like, it's not even like his body even. It like he can. That was the cool thing about Venom was like.
You could just ring a really loud bell and he'll jump off you.
Like, yes, but also
That's his weakness.
but it was like he didn't have webs necessarily. He just kind of like was like a sticky, stretchy goo, and could like like that almost.
Right.
He didn't have to like shoot a web. It was just like, I'm so strong and fast and whatever, and if I jump at that building, I don't even need to worry about grabbing it. I'm just gonna stick to it.
And he's got those teeth, man.
Man.
The sharp, sharp teeth.
And billions of them. Like, man.
Do we know if he's ever bitten anyone in the Marvel universe? I don't know. That's something to probably look into.
What would that bite look like?
Oh man.
Be like getting bitten by Baraka from Mortal Kombat?
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
Baraka. Yes.
Or those, oh man. You know what you have to see? And then while we're talking about movies, I know we totally got off of the gauntlet in 40 words. Whatever I just said. Wasn't how about that? A Quiet Place.
Yes.
That's how quiet it is.
That is how
And
quiet
while
it
it was quiet, I was saying, you've really got to go see it, folks. In sign language.
Yeah.
That's interesting that you say that, because I've heard mixed things about it.
Mixed.
Wow.
Please
things.
tell. I mean, we're talking about
Well, I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
things.
Yeah, I don't have an official opinion on it, but
You've heard.
yeah,
Some
just
peop-
in general, folks were like,
No, that's because they didn't see it.
Yeah.
yeah. Some people watch movies, but they don't actually watch them.
Well, yeah.
They don't see the bigger picture.
I feel like they don't, yeah.
Honestly,
This was the coolest movie I've seen in a long time.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We just watched Ready Player One.
I know.
and even maybe this year, like,
Ready Player One was really, really good when we saw it.
Yeah.
It was. But then we saw A Quiet Place and I was like, oh, dude,
what did I just watch?
this was weird.
Were you afraid to turn on like a water faucet?
It was nothing like that.
No. It's
This
not a
is-
scary movie.
This is how I described it to a guy at work. Imagine your emotions, all of them, are like strings across the fretboard, right? Anger, sadness, love, a joy, all these things, right? But they're all this strings on a board. And all the while throughout this movie, imagine someone's playing them, with all their fingers, and one finger is like a feather, and one finger is like a hard rubber, just kind of piece. One is like a razor blade. Another one's like a toothbrush. And they're just kind of going like this the whole time on your emotions. Like Freddy Krueger, but this funny kind of strange textured, 5 different kinds of claw.
So you're saying that is happening to you
Dude.
as you are watching this movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
100% agree.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
like, I don't know what to feel. I'm feeling everything all at once. I'm freaking out, and I'm also like in love and overjoyed.
And angry and sad and heartbroken and all of the
Dude.
things. And oh, dude.
It was
great.
nuts,
Yeah.
man. It was nuts. Like, I'm almost getting a little teary talking about it because it was just like, wow.
Yeah.
I am hugging him right now.
We are hugging. We are in an embrace, and it is just...
And I'm moving in.
No, it's not happening. It's not actually happening.
Hey, Sean. And I'm moving it. Yeah,
And on
dude.
that note,
On that note,
Folks, go see the film. Don't mess around. And don't listen to us either. Do what you want.
do whatever you want to do.
I mean,
All
just
right.
guys.
Well, we've made it to the end of the episode.
If you can believe that.
Thank you for tuning into the show. But before we go, we'd sure like to know what you thought about tonight's podcast and what you'd like to hear on future podcasts. Add us on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, and feel free to leave a comment on any of these social media outlets. If you're on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and leave a comment below. All right, nerds out.